Shit! What the shit? Shit! You trying to kill me? You shot Lucina!
She got in the way.
So before we begin, I've created a Twitch account, so if you'd like to head over there and give me a follow, I'd appreciate that very much. Thanks.
Shit! What the shit? Shit! You trying to kill me? You shot Lucina!
She got in the way.
Rosita is frozen here. Her sympathetic nervous system, the part of the brain responsible for choosing our response to a stressor, has chosen the freeze response. She freezes and stares directly at Negan. She doesn't react to getting punched to the floor. This is actually very accurate and happens when we either don't know enough about the situation or that we know that the stressor is too powerful for us to fight and too big for us to flee. We freeze to present no threat to a stressor or predator with the hopes that it will leave us alone as it doesn't consider us a threat. She's also shaking, which is caused by the rush of adrenaline into her body. We shake in preparation to jump into action the same way a kickboxer jumps around to make it easier and faster to react to a punch or kick. Shaking can also be a pacifying behavior, but that's a different kind of shaking. That's more of a hand tremble, which covers a greater distance than this. Tara also makes rapid head movement and looks to the other group members to build rapport with them. We do this to signal for support and to gain more information about a situation and thus improving the chances of survival.
What is this? What is this? This little bad boy made from scratch?
Look at those crimps. This was homemade.
You may be stupid, darling, but you showed some real ingenuity here. All right, move that knife up, right on that girl's face.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you are enjoying the video, please hit that subscribe button as it helps me out a lot. Thanks. Rosita tenses her mouth, which is a suppression of a pacifying behavior, showing that she's going through significant amounts of stress. When we need to pacify, our muscles tremble and shake, and we suppress these by tensing that part of the body up, which she does here with her lips. When Negan says that she showed some real ingenuity, his mouth also trembles and tenses. This is another suppression of a pacifying behavior, and shows that he's incredibly furious at her and tries to suppress the shaking by tensing his mouth up. This is caused by anger, whereas for Rosita, I would say that's caused more by fear.
Lucina's beautiful, smooth surface is never gonna look the same. So why should yours? Unless you tell me who made this.
It was me. I made it.
You see? Now I just think you're lying.
Rosita tenses her mouth again here, the same as before. She then raises her left eyebrow when she says it was her, which is a common sign of doubt and disbelief in someone. She's clearly lying, and that can be read from her body language, which Negan, I think, picks up on. She doubts that Negan will believe her.
And you lying to me now? Such a shame. Rod's gonna have to cut up that pretty face. One more try.
It was me.
Oh! You are such a badass! Fine.
Very subtle here, but Negan's minion, no idea what her name is, quickly glances at him when she cuts Rosita's face. She's clearly very uncomfortable doing it, and that can be seen from her tense brow, which is a common sign of confusion. She really doesn't want to do this and looks to Negan, the group leader, for support and also to gain feedback from him. We're pack animals, and that glance to Negan is to let him know that she's uncomfortable and also to receive affirmation from Negan's body language as to whether she's doing what she's supposed to.
Have it your way. Barat, kill somebody.
No, it was me. No!
We had an agreement. Rick! Look, everybody, it's Rick!
Negan this whole time is displaying what's called open body language. His arms are wide and he doesn't shield his vital areas of the body and is super confident. These are all signs that someone feels in control of the situation and feels dominant. Gabriel here is doing strong pacifying and distancing behaviors. He clasps his hand above his head and tenses his fist and face while also looking away from the lady that just died. We do this to release the buildup of stress and also to try and put a gap between ourselves and the stressor, which in this case is the dead woman. I would say that he's also doing blocking behaviors, basically trying to use his arms as a barrier between himself and the stressor to calm his brain down.
You people are making me lose my voice doing all this yelling. Rick, how about a thank you? I mean, look, I know we started this relationship with me beating the holy shit out of your friends. And because of that, we're never gonna sit around and braid each other's hair or share our deepest, darkest secrets. But how about a little credit?
Rick isn't afraid of Negan. He's able to avoid shielding his torso, which is an area we try and defend when feeling threatened. And he also maintains strong eye contact with Negan. These are all traits of someone who feels dominant and powerful. Rick is breathing heavily and he moves his body around, which comes under the bracket of fidgeting, which is a pacifying behavior. His body is filled with adrenaline and he has to release the stress by pacing slightly with his legs. Heavy breathing is a sign that the sympathetic nervous system has triggered a response and is flooding the brain and body with oxygen in preparation for a fight. Rick also tenses his mouth, but it's super hard to see. This is again another suppression of a pacifying behavior, showing high levels of stress.
I just bent over backwards to show you how reasonable I am. Your kid? He hid in one of my trucks and machine gunned a bunch of my men down, and I brought him home, safe and sound, and I fed him spaghetti.
Rick keeps getting closer to Negan, which is incredibly confrontational body language. He's willing to put himself closer to the stressor, which is a sign of strong dominance. I think the only reason why he doesn't just lunge at Negan is that he's afraid of what will happen to the rest of his group. He isn't afraid of Negan here. He then distances to the floor and exhales strongly, pacifying, tensing his mouth, then looks back to Negan. You can clearly tell that he's deliberately trying to calm himself down, as he knows he can't just snap at him as that would put the group in danger. Rick is also clearly traumatized that Negan fed Carl spaghetti, probably leaving a massive mess in his lovely kitchen.
Another one of your people, well, he wanted me to kill you and put him in charge. I took him out for you. And another one, here, she shot Lucille trying to kill me just now, so I gave you one less mouth to feed. And by looking at her, that mouth did some major damage. Now, personally, I wouldn't have picked her to be the one to go, but right, I didn't trust her.
Eugene is shielding his torso with his hands, the vital area of the body containing super important bits. If damaged, cause a high chance of death. Rick then continues to show pacifying behaviors. He's desperate to calm himself down and keep a cool head in the situation. Negan, on the other hand, is super chill and keeps showing open body language and doesn't really pacify at all. He feels totally in control and unfazed by Rick, even though he's showing super confrontational body language. Negan is almost arrogant here. Overall, this scene is awesome, and I will be doing a part 2 to this. The acting from everyone here, not just the leads, is super accurate and very detailed. And very detailed stuff is shown, adding to the tension. Rick, at this point, feels confident enough to fight Negan, whereas before, during the lineup where Glenn and Abraham die, he clearly fears Negan and tries to be as non-confrontational as possible. But Rick wants to fight him now. Really good scene. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.